Here is the story times of when I was a competitive cheerleader. I was a competitive cheerleader from 7th grade until like my junior year of high school. For some reason, I treated cheerleading as if I was going to the fucking Olympics. Like, I was that intense. I was on a senior level 3 team, bitch. It was like, Livy, relax. But the way I acted, and I think it's just because I'm such a naturally competitive person, but the way I acted, like, you would have thought that I was getting ready for the fucking Olympics anytime I went to, like, Dallas. You know what? And let's talk about NCA Dallas. The first year I went, I was like, I am convinced we are getting, like, I'm gonna win. Why the fuck would I not win Dallas? And people on my team were like, Livy, I would lower those hopes, babe. Like, we're probably not even gonna get like top 3. And I'm like, you guys are so fucking negative. Like, we're winning Dallas. We got 8th place. The prep to Dallas was like insane. I was sending my like 3 best friends from my cheer team like Pinterest quotes every morning to like get us through the day. Like, I don't know what the fuck, but I was like, I'm going to Dallas and I'm going to win. Like, you bitches might lose, but like, I'm winning. I was fucking crushed when I lost Dallas. Also, the practices leading up to Dallas, I feel like we called it Hell Week, or I'm literally imagining that. They were so fucking intense, and like, once again, it's like senior level 3 team, babe. Like, it's honestly not even just Dallas practice, but like all practices were so fucking intense. And like, we'd be throwing up at practice. Like, I look back now, I'm like, why were we going so hard on like a Wednesday afternoon? I will never forget when we had a competition. I forget where we were going, but our pyramid wasn't hitting, so we had to come in for like a Friday practice, and we were all in like horrible fucking mood, and my coach was like screaming at us to a different degree, because like that was just a thing that we just low-key got abused the whole time and like got screamed at. But I will literally never forget that specific practice, because like the pyramid wasn't hitting. Guess what? The extra practice, the pyramid still wasn't fucking hitting. But my second time at Dallas was like when I actually felt heartbreak for the first time. Like, I'm not even being dramatic. I had like gone up a level, so I was on a team that won Dallas last year, so we were going in like the reigning champs, like, oh, they're gonna win again, you know what I mean? So like, I cheered with all of my best friends, like a whole friend group from my hometown. We all cheered together. So we were like extra fucking brutal to each other. So, like, say one of their stunts drops, I'd be like, what the fuck, you dumb bitch? Like, you can't get a stunt in the fucking air. What is your problem? No, like, I'm not kidding. Like, that's actually how we spoke to each other. Like, we were bitches. Like, we were, and especially to my friends, like, we just felt like we could speak that way to each other. Go to part 2. But I feel like my friends and I thought we could speak that way to each other, or like even people on the team that we could speak that way to each other, because like our coaches were fucking brutal, the things they would say to us. Like, screaming so loud if a stunt, like, it just insane things. But I just feel like we thought we could say those things to each other because of the way our coaches would act. Definitely not a healthy environment looking back, but so addicting. Like, so addicting. Like, you want to give it your all and you want to win Dallas. So second year going into Dallas, we're favored to win. Everyone's like, oh my God, they're coming back. They're getting, like, in our music, it was like back to back. It's like, mind you, we all had fat fucking egos going into Dallas, like even me. And I didn't win last year, but like I was like, we're gonna win. But we were like expected to win. So day 1, Dallas. I was in the center stunt group. Of course I was, babe. And we had a bobble, like severe bobble, almost a fall basically. Let me say, amazing save, but like it was like whatever. It's Dallas. Like, you can't fuck up at Dallas. I got off stage after that bobble, and you would have thought like someone killed my whole family the way I was acting. Like, bawling my eyes out, so mad, like so disappointed in myself, and like just, we were all screaming at each other too. Like, we were like, ah! Babe, it was a bobble, and we hit like a perfect routine after that. But it's like, it's Dallas. You can't fuck up at Dallas. Later that night, we find out we're in first place with that fat ass bobble. I'm like, deductions and all. Like, I'm getting my jacket. Like, we're winning Dallas. We performed day 2. We hit a flawless routine. Did I stutter? Flawless. Why did I stutter? Flawless routine. It's gorgeous. We run off stage. We're like crying. Everyone's like, you just won Dallas. Like, you guys won. I'm like, I'm an NCA champion. No. Awards come. And they're like, oh, no, first place and second place separated by 0.08. 0.0 fucking 8. Like, second place, they call my team. That truly broke my heart. But like the way we all acted too, like we got off stage and we were all like, fuck you. And we're like bawling our eyes out. Like, losing our minds. Like, we have to change the music, like, back to back. We're not back to back. I just remember, like, crying in my friend's dad's arms because I don't have a father. My mom being like, okay, what the fuck? Because if there was one thing, my mom was not a cheer mom. She, like, thought everything was really weird. She, like, Liv, this is not the Olympics. Like, relax. Like, fucking relax. When we lost Dallas, she's like, well, like, what do you want to do about it? Like, I'd be on stage performing, and every time I would look at my mom in the audience, she would look like this. She did not give a single fuck about cheer. She was like, this is a lot, like, because we had to travel every weekend. I will have to do a whole separate story time of my mom being a cheer mom. Like, not really. It's too funny. That was the story times of me being a competitive cheerleader. It was a time. The way that I'm just, like, done dating these days, like, I'm over it. I mean, like, I really wasn't doing it that much to begin with, but, like, I'm over it. Yesterday, I was scrolling on Instagram, saw a cute guy. I do what I normally do, which is, like, the 3-picture like thing. 3-picture like thing is where you just go and you like their photos 3 times, then they'll probably go and like your photos 3 times, someone slides in the DMs, whatever. I've used this method my entire life, or whatever. I use this all the time. I'd say 85% of the time it's successful. I normally get like a DM right after or like a follow or something like that. I get a DM request like 10 minutes later. I'm like, this is easy. This DM was different than any DM I've ever fucking received. My man. It's like, hey, saw you like 3 of my photos. Was wondering if you want to jump on a call and talk business. I'm like, business? What the fuck about my profile screams business? Like, I'm a businesswoman. The only business I have is my brand. So, like, are you asking me if I want to collab? Because what other fucking business are we talking about? So, like, what the fuck about my profile screams that I do business? Go look at my Instagram right now, and the last thing it looks like I do is fucking business. And like, what does that mean? I'm out here posting like bikini pictures and shit like that. What type of fucking business are we gonna talk about? The reason I think this just like sent me was because like I was just trying to be like flirty and fun. I'm like, hi, like what's up? Like, and then he hits me back with business. I'm like, is that all I am to these men these days? Is a great business venture? Like, what the fuck? Him and I do have a call today at 3. Just fucking kidding. I'm never speaking to that man in my life. And I'm like never speaking to any man ever again. Because it's like, I can't just be flirty and fun anymore. I have to talk business with these bitches. And it's just so funny because it's like, yeah, like I talk business. I guess I'm doing business. But like, I never look at it like that. I'm like, I'm just building my brand, you know? And like, I have a team for that already. So why the fuck would random men in my DMs think I want to do business with them? Like, what the fuck is screaming that I want to do business? Maybe I'm triggered because I've been used in the past and men just want to make fucking little TikToks with me. And that's that. I'm always like, I feel like people use me. But this man really just came through and was like, I'm going to cut straight to the chase. I'm going to use the shit out of you. And that's that. And maybe I'm just being dramatic because I'm hypersensitive because like, I'm normally just dramatic. But you can't tell me if you received that DM that you wouldn't be like, business? The fuck?
I'm at Asel for announcing my girlfriend and I's pregnancy in the presence of my brother and his girlfriend who cannot have kids. My girlfriend and I recently had a 12-week scan for our first baby and we could not be more excited. My brother and his girlfriend are slightly older than us and have been trying for a baby for a while now with no success. Ours was totally unplanned. While we were excited to let my family know, we knew it was a touchy subject because of the difficulties my brother and his partner have been having. And we are having conversations on how to break the news. This weekend I got back from my brother's SAG party, an event I made sure to keep the pregnancy a secret. And with it being Mother's Day, we ended it together with my mom's dad house and we're having a meal. Me and my partner decided that all of us together would be a perfect time to let everyone know that we were expecting. Well, it didn't go down as well. My brother's partner was visibly upset, left the room, and burst into tears. My brother, while congratulating everything, was very concerned. Mom and dad were very restrained in how showing their pleasure not to make things worse. The whole thing ended on a slightly poor note, and we all left soon afterward. My partner and I feel so guilty, feel like we shouldn't have said anything. However, my dad disagreed. It was selfish of them and rude to react in that way. I'm at Asel for demolishing my daughter's room after she moved out. My daughter's 18 years old and she's in college. She moved in with her boyfriend a few months ago, which left her old room empty. Her bedroom used to be right next to our tiny living room, and to make the tiny living room just a normal size living room, we knocked down our daughter's wall. We refloored the space and fixed the walls. Now it looks like the bedroom was never even there and we have a spacious living room. When my daughter came home to visit and saw that her room was gone, she made a huge deal about it. She got all emotional and stuff and said we never wanted her to move back in and that we should have just said so instead of completely demolishing her room. I told her if anything happens and she needs to move back, we will welcome her and she can sleep on the couch as long as she wants. She accused us of wanting to get rid of her forever and for her to never visit us since we got rid of her room so fast. Only a few months after she moved out and we should have waited longer. So are we in the wrong for not waiting longer with the renovation? Was it wrong for us to start once she got out to college?